As the earth shakes itself loose from the chokehold of winter, patches of color herald spring. Nowhere is the abundance of beauty more evident than the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. But for Dr. Doug Weed, danger lurks within the beauty.
Anyone who drives to Clingman's Dome can obviously see the effects of the pollution on the Fraser fir and the red spruce. Of course, what we find more troubling even now is the relationship between the wildflowers and the trees in the park.
The wildflowers?
The wildflowers.
You mean like these right here?
Yes, the wildflowers that grow everywhere, they are pervasive in the park.
Is that bad?
Yes, in their own way, they are beginning to have the effect of enhancing the pollution on the trees in the park.
Wow, that sounds bad.
Well, it is pretty bad.
Is it awful?
I wouldn't say awful, it's pretty bad.
What do you test here?
Well, these particular scientific instruments are used to test the ground level ozone pollution available in the park. You see, the ground level ozone pollution forms when certain gaseous emissions, like those from automobiles, are combined with the sunlight. Now, when they're combined with the sunlight, given that the rain and the fog in the park is highly acidic, we have the elements for change. This change manifests itself in a reduction of the capability of the wildflowers to engage in the process of photosynthesis.
No longer able to produce their own food through photosynthesis, the wildflowers feed off nearby trees.
Well, our studies have shown that the wildflowers are most efficient at obtaining nutrients from the soil and ridding themselves of toxins. In the process, they also leach aluminum from the soil and replace that aluminum back into the trees which they have robbed the nutrients from, effectively ruining the trees in the process.
To save the trees, there's no choice but remove the wildflowers from the Smokies.
We have no choice. We have to rid the park of these pesky wildflowers. We are pursuing several options at the moment, the most efficient of which would be to simply yank them out by hand. Of course, the manpower cost would be prohibitive in that case.
Pull them up?
Pull them up by hand, yeah.
How do the animals affect?
Well, of course, you know, the wild boar has been a major problem in the park for many years, but, you know, the boars may actually root out the problem with the wildflowers in the end. But fire seems to be the key. The wildfire rids the ground of the pollutants and purifies the entire area. Of course, there are certain risks involved in this. You see, wildfire to control wildflowers is dangerous for the wildlife.
Really? I mean, really? Well, surely this has to be detrimental to wildlife.
Oh, we're going to reduce the impact as much as possible. We have already begun rounding up the red wolves and the black bears in order to place them in a holding area to prevent their harm.
You can't round up the black bear.
Well, we have to. We're eventually going to have to shut down the park.
Shut down the park?
Look, wildflowers are wonderful as a concept, but the insidious reality of the fact must dictate that we burn the entire park immediately. Hey, this year we hope that April showers don't bring no Mayflowers. Bill, where's he going? Where are you going?
I'm gonna get help!
Would you bring back some matches, please? This looks like a lovely burn area right here.